Hey there, friends. If you're in or nearing retirement and dreaming about spending more time on the water, you're not alone. A lot of us hit that point in life where the pace slows down a bit and the call of the sea gets louder. But let's be honest, nobody wants to blow their retirement savings on a complicated, high-maintenance boat. That's where this list comes in. Today, I'm sharing 5 affordable sailboats that are perfect for retirees. These boats are easy to handle, comfortable for a relaxing cruise, and won't keep you busy with endless repairs or steep bills. Whether you're thinking of lake sailing, coastal cruising, or even the occasional overnight trip, these boats offer the kind of quiet, simple joy that sailing should be all about. Each of these boats has a reputation for being reliable, forgiving, and great for solo or two-person sailing. So if you're ready to trade in stress for sunsets or traffic for tides, stick around. This list might just bring you a step closer to your next great chapter on the water. The Com-Pac 23 is a boat that seems tailor-made for the retired sailor. She's small enough to be simple, yet big enough to be truly comfortable. At 23 feet, she's in that sweet spot. Easy to single-hand, but roomy enough to enjoy a relaxed afternoon or even a weekend on the hook without feeling cramped. What makes the Com-Pac 23 special is her classic look and solid build. She's got traditional lines, a full keel for stability, and a well-balanced helm that makes her incredibly forgiving. If you're looking to slow things down and sail at a gentle pace, this boat delivers in spades. There's a sense of calm when you're at the tiller. She tracks straight, moves smoothly through the water, and doesn't get squirrely when the breeze picks up step down below, and you'll find a surprisingly cozy little cabin. There's enough space to sleep too comfortably, with room for a small galley and a portable head. Everything is simple, which means fewer things to break and maintain, something that matters more and more as the years go by, and that simplicity carries over to the systems. Many of these boats have minimal electronics and no fancy gear to fuss with, just the basics, done well. One of the real joys of sailing a Com-Pac 23 as a retiree is the sheer ease of ownership. She's often stored on a trailer, which cuts way down on marina fees, and because she's built like a tank, she doesn't mind a bit of rough handling. Maintenance is straightforward, and parts are easy to find. Even the resale market is friendly. These boats hold their value better than most in their class. I've met a few couples and solo sailors in their 60s and 70s who cruise local rivers and coastal waters on their Com-Pac 23s. They all say the same thing. The boat gives them freedom without hassle. Whether you're out for a day sail with your grandkids or slipping off for a quiet weekend alone, she fits the moment perfectly. You can usually find one used for somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000, depending on condition. That's not pocket change, but it's a very fair deal for a boat this reliable and comfortable. If retirement for you means unhurried mornings, easy sailing, and a boat that feels more like a trusted friend than a project, the Com-Pac 23 is a fantastic choice. The Catalina 25 is one of those boats that seems to pop up in every marina, and with good reason. It's a versatile, roomy, and surprisingly capable cruiser that hits the sweet spot for retirees looking for comfort without complexity. At 25 feet, she offers just enough space to move around and stretch out, whether you're spending a full day on the water or sleeping aboard for a night or two. One of her standout features is the roomy interior. You'll find a decent-sized V-berth, 2 settees, a simple galley, and even a little space for a marine head or porta-potty. For a retiree who wants to spend more than a few hours aboard, this level of comfort really matters. There are 2 main versions of the Catalina 25, the fixed keel and the swing keel. The swing keel makes her trailerable and easier to launch, while the fixed keel offers a bit more stability in rougher waters. Either way, she's steady under sail and forgiving in a breeze. That's what makes her such a great match for solo or relaxed two-person cruising. You don't need to be an athlete or an expert to sail her safely and enjoyably. Maintenance is pretty straightforward, too. These boats were built in large numbers, so finding parts is rarely an issue, and there's a huge community of Catalina owners out there who are always willing to share advice and knowledge. That kind of support makes a big difference, especially if you're stepping into boat ownership a little later in life. A lot of retirees use the Catalina 25 for weekend cruising, sailing clubs, or just lazy days on the bay. She's comfortable enough to live aboard for a few days, but still small enough to be affordable, both in purchase price and ongoing costs. Expect to pay anywhere from $5,000 to $9,000 for a good, solid used one, depending on upgrades and condition. If you're looking for a boat that offers a big boat feel without big boat headaches, the Catalina 25 delivers. She's forgiving, cozy, and friendly, And for the retired sailor who values comfort, stability, and ease of use, that's a hard combination to beat. The MacGregor 26 is one of the most unconventional and versatile sailboats you can find, and that's exactly what makes it such a great fit for retirees. It blends simplicity, comfort, and a bit of quirky design into something that offers a whole lot of value without overwhelming you with complexity. There are a few different versions of the MacGregor 26, like the 26D, 26S, 26X, and 26M, and each has a slightly different personality. The older 26D and 26S models lean more toward traditional sailing, with centerboards and tiller steering. The later 26X and 26M, though, are unique hybrids, part sailboat, part powerboat, with enough motor power to plane at over 15 knots if you want to. It's like owning a sailboat and a small motor cruiser rolled into one, and for many retirees, that flexibility is a game changer. One of the key features of the MacGregor 26 is the water ballast system. Instead of relying on a heavy fixed keel, she fills internal tanks with water once launched. That keeps her light for trailering, just around 2,500 pounds dry, and easy to tow with a mid-sized vehicle. And that kind of freedom is great if you're planning to do some lake hopping or exploring multiple cruising grounds during retirement. Inside, the MacGregor is impressively roomy. There's full sitting headroom, and on the 26X and 26M, you'll find standing headroom thanks to the pop-top cabin. There's sleeping space for 4, a compact galley with room for a stove and sink, and even a spot for a portable toilet. It's not luxury by any stretch, but it's more than enough for weekend cruising or even a week away if you pack light and keep things simple. She sails like a light boat, because she is. Don't expect heavy displacement tracking or blue water capability, but for lake sailing, coastal cruising, and inland waterways, she does just fine. You can single-hand her easily, and everything's reachable from the cockpit. She's responsive, uncomplicated, and if the wind dies, that outboard will get you home quick. Best of all, you can usually find a used MacGregor 26 for somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000. That includes a trailer and sometimes even a motor. It's one of the most budget-friendly ways to get both a sailboat and powerboat experience in one package. If your retirement plans include variety, mobility, and comfort on a budget, the MacGregor 26 should be high on your list. The Hunter 23.5 is a great example of smart design meeting affordable sailing. It's a trailerable cruiser with a water ballast system and a roomy cabin, all wrapped in a simple, user-friendly package that's perfect for retirees who want to enjoy the water without the hassle of big boat upkeep. At 23.5 feet long, she's easy to manage solo or with a partner, and she's light enough to tow with a mid-size SUV or small pickup. Thanks to her water ballast system, she weighs just over 2,000 pounds dry. When you launch, the tanks fill, adding the stability you need for safe and enjoyable sailing. Once back on the trailer, you just drain the tanks and tow her home. That kind of simplicity opens up a world of sailing spots, lakes, coastal inlets, rivers, without ever needing to pay marina fees. The cockpit is spacious for her size, and everything's laid out for ease of use. The tiller steering and simple rigging mean she's easy to single-hand, and she doesn't require much effort to sail. She performs well in light to moderate air and can handle a bit of chop without fuss. She's not built for offshore work, but for what most retirees want. Casual day sails, overnight trips, and stress-free afternoons, she's spot on. The interior is surprisingly generous. You'll find a V-berth up front, 2 long settees that double as bunks, a compact galley space, and a little area for a porta-potty. There's enough headroom to sit comfortably and stretch out, which is a big plus in a boat this size. It's cozy, but it doesn't feel cramped. One of the nicest things about the Hunter 23.5 is that it was built with the casual cruiser in mind. You won't find complicated systems or confusing layouts. Everything is straightforward and easy to maintain. That makes her especially appealing if you're stepping into sailing for the first time later in life, or just want a break from bigger, more demanding boats. Used models usually sell between $4,000 and $7,000, and many are still in great shape because they tend to be lightly used and well kept. For a retiree who values flexibility, ease of use, and a boat that's just plain fun to sail, the Hunter 23.5 checks all the right boxes. The West Wight Potter 19 is one of those boats that inspires loyalty. Sailors who own them tend to hold on to them for years, and it's easy to see why. This little cruiser is compact, capable, and just plain charming. For retirees looking for a low-stress, trailerable sailboat that offers real cruising potential, the Potter 19 is a standout. At just under 20 feet, she's a boat you can tow with a small SUV and launch at just about any ramp that opens the door to an adventurous kind of retirement. Lake sailing in the mountains one weekend, coastal cruising the next. Setup is simple, with a mast-raising system that one person can handle alone. That's a big plus if you're sailing solo or with a partner who prefers to stay on deck. One of the things that makes the West Wight Potter 19 so attractive is her seaworthiness. Don't let her size fool you. She's been sailed across oceans and down coastlines, proving she can handle more than just sheltered bays. Her high freeboard and generous flair at the bow give her a dry ride even in a chop, and the foam-filled hull means she's unsinkable. That peace of mind matters when you're cruising alone or in unfamiliar waters. Inside, she's surprisingly spacious for such a compact boat. There's a V-berth forward, 2 quarter berths, and enough headroom to sit up comfortably. You'll find storage tucked into every corner, and there's space for a small galley setup with a portable stove and cooler. Some owners install a porta-potty and even a tiny sink, making weekend cruising feel civilized without adding complexity. The cockpit is cozy but functional, with everything within easy reach. She's tiller-steered and responds well in light to moderate winds. Because she's so light and has a shallow draft with the keel up, you can beach her or explore skinny water where most boats can't go. With the keel down, she stiffens up nicely and tracks well under sail. The Potter's simplicity is one of her greatest strengths. There's not much to break, and maintenance is minimal. That means less time fixing things and more time enjoying the water. She's perfect for retirees who want a grab-and-go boat that's always ready for a quick sail or an impromptu weekend adventure. Used West Wight Potter 19s typically run between $5,000 and $8,000, and because they're built so sturdily, older models can still be in great shape. There's also a passionate owners community full of helpful folks who love to share tips, modifications, and cruising stories. For retirees who want freedom, adventure, and simplicity wrapped up in a charming little package, the West Wight Potter 19 is hard to beat. She's a boat that invites you to slow down, cast off, and rediscover the joy of sailing one peaceful day at a time. So there you have it. 5 affordable sailboats that are just about perfect for retirement life on the water. Each of these boats offers a unique mix of comfort, simplicity, and adventure, without the steep costs or complicated systems that can turn sailing into a chore. Whether you're looking to trailer off to new places, relax on a quiet bay, or just sail for the joy of it, these boats make it easy to get out there and enjoy your time. Retirement doesn't have to mean slowing down. It can mean finally having the time to chase the wind, drop anchor in a quiet cove, and sip your morning coffee with the sunrise. And with boats like these, you don't need a fortune to make that dream real. You just need the right boat, a bit of curiosity, and the desire to explore. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you're thinking about making the leap into sailing during retirement, I hope this list helps steer you in the right direction. Until next time, fair winds, calm seas, and may every sail bring you a little more peace and joy.